talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh, I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How you doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie? Let's talk. I'm feeling irie. 50 years ago today, a man was born. Need I say more? 50 years ago, 5 decades on this earth. Let's talk, baby. When people live and work under a system that denies their basic fundamental needs for too long, they begin to tear that system down. It makes sense. If you put people under all different types of stress, all different types of duress, all different types of mental anguish, all different types of scenarios where they don't know where their next dollar may come from, or how they're going to be able to pay their bills the next day, or if they're going to go and walk into an environment that's too toxic that they decide it's not worth coming around anymore, they will eventually turn around and say, you know what? Enough is enough. It provokes a reaction. And when they get that reaction, the man, we're talking about the man, when the man gets that reaction, they act shocked. They act lost. They act confused. They act concerned. They're like, well, I don't understand why people are complaining about 1.3%. For God darn it, it's a great thing. When people sit in front of a camera and they sit there and they lie and say, you know what, I'd be more than happy. I can go back to carrying and I would live off of the salary that I offered you guys. I sure to hell will. You realize that some people are out of fucking touch with reality. And if that's how this place decides to operate and continues to operate, it's your fault. I said it is your fault. We have the opportunity today to make the change. We have the opportunity today to start being a little bit different. Change that culture. It's not a catchphrase. It's a lifestyle that you need to bring to the forefront. Change the culture. Now, I say this because I just happen to be skimming. That's kind of what I do. Skim through all different types of websites. And I just happen to stumble upon the Mail Handler Union's website that at one time they didn't allow me to look at for some reason. And now I'm able to look at it. I'm looking at it right now. Official calls for bargaining proposals. That's right. The Mail Handler Association or Union or whatever they are. We don't talk about them a lot. We don't. Why? Because they don't really offer too much information. But today, Jay's going to take a peek at this. But before I look at what they have to propose, I just happened to glimpse at one of I was sending it in my little chat group, and it was with the APWU. And just so that we know, this was in accordance with the 2021 to 2024 collective bargaining agreement with the APWU. Career employees represented by the APWU received a 47 cents per hour cost of living adjustment. COLA back on September 27, 2024. It says our union won COLAs. What does it say? That prove invaluable to ourselves and our families. Few workers have protection against rising prices, and today a full-time regular postal employee is making $6,300 more a year per year under our current contracts thanks to our COLA, said Mark Diamondstein. Will continue to fight and maintain full COLA provisions during contract negotiations. Now, that's what we expect. $6,000 and some change a year, when you break it down, doesn't seem like a lot. But if you're making 40 grand and you're up to 46 and some change, it's a big jump. It's a big jump. Obviously, the stretch amongst 3 years, it could be more. But right now, that's what I've read. And I'm not seeing the same thing when it came down to the city carriers. City carriers, I don't know what that man put forward. Still doesn't make sense. I tried to make it make sense. Corey Walton said it didn't make sense. Mike Cariff said that it didn't make sense. All the carriers I talked to in my chat group said it didn't make sense. All the carriers that I see out on the street say it don't make sense. They say, Jay, what's up with this? What do you think about it? And I said, don't make sense. Just make it make sense. Okay, let's talk about the official call for bargaining proposals. This is the chance right now, because we've brought this to the forefront. And thanks to Mr. Renfro, he sat there and did that undermine behind the doors, solo unilateral bargaining on behalf of 300,000 letter carriers, and people said, no, it's not cutting it, homeboy. It's not cutting it. So now I think that other unions are saying, you know what, we can't do that. We want everybody involved. And this is what it says. Official call for bargaining proposals, NPMHU 2025 bargaining proposal form. So go on their website and there is a form with preparations underway for negotiations over the terms of the 2025 national agreement between the NPMHU and the Postal Service. The national office is issuing its official call for bargaining proposal from all members and local unions. That means it's your time to raise your voice and get involved. Yes, not a lot of mail handlers watch me, but that's okay. A lot of you know some mail handlers. Tell them to get on their damn website and start reading. To be fully considered prior to the onset of negotiation, proposals must be submitted by January 31st, 2025. They have about 45 days left. Although formal bargaining is not scheduled to begin until June. Think about this. They're asking you today to talk about the bargaining that doesn't start till June. They are preparing to bargain and they want your input. Unlike you know who we're talking about. The union's field negotiation committee will be meeting for a full week in February 2025 to review all submitted proposals and outline the changes in the national agreement that should be proposed by the NPMHU. Understand, it is your time to get your voice up and so that you're not going through what the carriers are going through. It's your time. To be sure, planning for collective bargaining is a continuous process at the national office as the national officers and representatives working in the contract administration department routinely identify and collect proposals. Give me your opinion, collect proposals for improving the language currently found in 2022 national agreement. But an equally important aspect of preparing for bargaining is the collection and the review of proposals generated by mail handlers across the country. They are asking you to give your feedback. They are asking you for your opinion. Do not give no bullshit excuse if they come to the table and say, well, you know, I think they deserve 25 cents. That'll be your fault. It's time. It's time. Oh, damn, it's time. Thus, National President Paul, this guy, has issued an official call for bargaining proposals from his membership, local unions, and other subordinate bodies of the NPMHU. If you have any proposals that you would like to have considered for the upcoming round of bargaining, now is the time to submit them to the national office. Every proposal submitted will be fully analyzed by the field negotiating committee and national teams. This means they want to hear your voice. Whether they really do it or not is a little different, but at least they're saying, hey, we don't want them same problems. We don't want them problems. We don't want all these people all over social media talking trash about our union. We don't want all these mail handlers across the country sitting there mad and talking about they not going to handle mail. We need to make sure that their voices are heard, and at least it's a step in the right direction. Damn it, it's a step in the right direction. We wanted to change the culture. We wanted to change the people. Let's start by making this happen. Go on the end. I'm not going to read this whole thing. Go on the NPMHU.org website. Get on there. There are forms. Download the form. Don't go TikTok. Don't go sit there and watch a movie. Don't go watching on Netflix for 3 hours. Use your brain. Analyze what you feel is important to you. Talk to a couple of your mail handler brothers and sisters. Y'all don't really talk too much to each other unless you're talking about the game or talking about who screwed who. It's really what y'all do. I ain't even lying. Y'all already know it. They don't talk about nothing. They complain about everything. Still my brothers and sisters. But seriously, sit down, talk to each other. Dare I say, show up to some of those meetings. I mean, if they have them, show up. If you don't like your current local president, vote that sumbitch out. If you don't like your vice president, vote that sumbitch out. If you don't like your shop steward, step up. Step up. All right. I know at my specific facility, two. I'm sorry, two shop stewards that are okay. They're pretty good. They're not, I'll say that they're not in it for themselves. All right. They're not self-serving, which I respect. I've gone to one of them before and said, hey, help this person out, blah, blah, blah. And they're pretty level, which is what you need. You don't need somebody that's going to sit there and be on the back door for, whatever's going on. You need somebody that's going to be fair across the board. And if you don't have a shop steward that's fair across the board, get them out. Now, I know that there is a shop steward located in New York that I would love to talk to. She was talking to me one time, and I'm on the side. I'm trying to help her get her channel started. A sweet lady. And Wanda, you hear me? Contact me. I'm putting it out there because I know somebody going to tell you, Wanda, you better get in touch with him. I got her number, but I'm putting it out there so now everybody knows that we chat. All right? Look. This is what needs to happen. It needs to be more relevant. We need to be more transparent. When you got a Tyler Vasor that's out there just basically stroking it because he wants transparency amongst the letter carriers union, it's starting to change. It's starting a movement. Everybody needs transparency. Everybody needs to know what that person is negotiating on my behalf. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs to get involved. Stop sitting on your ass and just accepting it. Like I said the other day when I was talking to Corey Walton, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. Bottom line, this is JH. 50, baby. 50. 50. All right. I know I wear big clothing, but don't let it fool you. 50, baby. I'm foolish. I got to get to work. It is like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm out.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.